revealed.
Bring down the house! Bring down the house! Bring down the house! Right this way, if you will.
An anti-gravity corridor? It feels like I'm back in a Panaconian dream.
Even back when I was still alive, a place like this was a rare splurge for me.
A restaurant that truly lives up to its name. The view here is quite spectacular. In Panacony, whenever the stock market fluctuates, plenty of people will head up to high places for a little mental recalibration. Does Astropolis share the same custom?
A bigwig like him is definitely dining in some secluded private room, probably surrounded by bodyguards too. Let me go scout ahead for you. Wait here.
Welcome.
May I ask, will you be dining with us, or just stopping by for drinks?
Welcome, distinguished guests. Shall I recommend today's specials? We have emerald mushrooms, flown in fresh from Bonwalk, and the giant prime tomahawk steak.
We're not here to eat. We're waiting for someone. Just 2 waters, thanks.
One guest? This way, please.
Would you like to try some Xianzhou delicacies?
Wait a minute. Is that Asta?
Oh my, is that you? What a pleasant surprise. What do you mean? Astropolis is my hometown. I've mentioned it before, haven't I? Quite a few people in my family work for the IPC. I racked up a bunch of vacation days at the space station, so I figured I'd use them and come home for a visit. Plus, it gives me a chance to handle some, collaborative matters on behalf of Madame Herta. What about you guys? Here for a meeting with the IPC? Or on vacation?
More or less. We've got some urgent business to take care of.
Then I won't keep you any longer. But if you need anything at all, like booking a table, arranging a visit to the Cloud Peak level of Lodestar Tower, anything like that, just let me know. After all, sometimes connections get you further than regulations on IPC turf. Good luck out there!
Where'd Scott run off to? What's taking so long? Let's go check on him. Strange. There aren't even in... Do those shades look familiar to you? Wait, they appear to be Mr. Scott's. What exactly happened here?
Mr. Taravan has concluded his meal. Items consumed during his dining session: 100 portions of prime tomahawk steak, 30 blocks of dragon scale cheese, 10 servings of emerald mushroom salad, assorted Ushaka blue spotted sashimi, and gold flake wine.
Taravan? That's quite the appetite. And you are?
I am Mr. Taravan's personal dietary management robot. My duties include monitoring his blood pressure before and after meals, and ensuring he takes his high-potency digestive enzymes and gout medication. My regards to you both. All for the Emperor Lord, and that eternally bottomless dinner table. Wash your hands before you eat. Rinse your mouth after the treat. Good health makes for a happy life. Yo ho, yo ho!
So, this isn't some private room for Mr. Arita at all.
You guessed correctly, Penaconian exile. Please don't blame your poor ghost friend. His idea of stealth isn't nearly as impressive as he thinks, and neither is his brain. With just a little bit of misdirection, he dutifully led you straight here to me. Of course, I wouldn't be so bold as to let you disturb Mr. Taravan's meal without permission. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Kenneth Arita of the Traditional Project Department.
Traditional Project Department? Arita?
Oh, why, of course not. I'm merely an adopted son, fortunate enough to bear the old gentleman's family name. If you think of all of Astropolis as one big sprawling family, then I'd be the butler of the household. And a butler's job is to know everything that goes on within the estate, down to the smallest detail, and to ensure no pests ever find their way inside to threaten the family's interests. I heard that the Astral Express had arrived in Astropolis, 3 nameless bringing a flock of refugees to beg for aid. Curiosity got the better of me, so I decided to come and take a look. And the result turns out to be disappointing.
I'm sorry. There must have been some misunderstanding between us. Mr. Kenneth, we have an extremely urgent matter, and would like to request an audience with Mr. Arita.
Mr. Arita has already made his position clear to everyone. No lobbyists. A lady from the Strategic Investment Department behind your visit should know that all too well. My father taught me that at the heart of every deal lies one thing: respect. But that lady showed no regard for Mr. Arita's wishes, sending bumbling spies and reckless lobbyists. Her actions were utterly devoid of respect.
Kenneth, we're not spies, nor do we mean to offend you. We're just a group of desperate people with nowhere else to turn. My friends are back in plain Arcadia, and every living being in that world are in grave danger right as we speak. On behalf of the Astral Express, I make this promise to you, and through you, to Mr. Arita. So long as he is willing to cast the deciding vote against the weaponization of the husk, the Express will bear any and all costs and obligations that arise from it. Please, make sure this promise reaches him.
The bond you share with your friends is truly moving. However, I'm afraid I can't do that. As for this spy right here, I can give him back to you. The heart of every deal lies in respect. Chew on that. I've said my piece. Taravan, that bloated pig. Weaponizing the voracity? Why not just weaponize himself instead? Save everyone the trouble.
So, what do we do now?
I'm sorry. I messed everything up again.
An unfavorable opening, to say the least. The moment IPC faction politics get involved, things get infinitely more complicated. What do you think? Should we try a different approach, or keep up the chase? You mean what he said to us before he left?
The heart of every deal lies in respect. Is Kenneth trying to tell us something?
Respect? Pfft, since when has the IPC ever treated anyone with respect? Setting everything else aside, my higher-ups are each more ruthless than a wolf, which is very much in line with my family motto, no friends, only prey. Who knows? Maybe we're even distant relatives? A wily old fox like Arita, does he even know what respect means? The only way he'd ever bow is if Louis Fleming crawled out of his coffin, I'd say. Huh? Really?
True respect comes from having the strength that others acknowledge. Just like how the Strategic Investment Department respects the Astral Express, Kenneth is telling us he wants to see what we're made of.
I see. But what do we have that could earn his respect? Trying to bribe him would take wealth on old Odie's level to sway Arita. As for using force, that would be exceedingly unwise on IPC ground. As far as the city is concerned, the awakening of the Husk is still a piece of information known only to the IPC's upper echelons. Astropolis isn't home to IPC executives alone. It's also teeming with envoys, magnates, and officials from member worlds across the pan-cosmic trade system.
Exactly. The crisis Plain Arcadia is facing right now is going to seriously shake their confidence in the IPC. What's that old saying? When one limb suffers, the whole body feels the pain. So, once we release this information to the public, the IPC's stock price is going to be thrown into turmoil.
We don't necessarily have to convince Arita. We can use information the way Fullwish did. Once you start learning from the enemy, it's hard to stop, isn't it? So, we leak this to the press and turn this little internal scheme into an external risk that the IPC has no choice but to deal with.
I can reach out to Albert and feed him a bombshell for his keeping up with Star Rail.
Husk! Stock fluctuations? I have no idea what you're talking about. I think I'll pass. I just got a new lease on life, and I'd like to enjoy it for a few more days. Anyway, I gotta run!
Now then, let's have Kenneth show a little respect. Come on, Sonny. Let's head to the Lodestar Tower and meet up with March and the others. March 7th? Disturbing the peace? What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
We can still make it in time if we make haste.
One thing after another.
Is Kenneth creating obstruction? I see them. They're right there.
Why are there security forces here?
Disturbing the peace? Is this a mistake?
We are guests invited by Madam Jade of the Strategic Investment Department. Is this really how Astropolis treats its guests?
Your entry permits are verified and valid. However, the laws of Astropolis are jointly upheld by the 7 major departments. No exemptions are granted based on the invitation of a single senior executive. Our system detects a dangerous wanted fugitive hiding among your visiting party.
Is this some kind of interastral joke? The Nameless of the Astral Express are heroes who've saved many worlds.
This is bad. We need to go, now.
Target identified. Sunday, former head of Penacony's Oak family. Currently a high-priority wanted criminal of the family. Charges include severe endangerment of cosmic order and security.
Since when does the IPC hunt down wanted criminals for the family?
In accordance with the Pan-Galactic Civilization's Judicial Mutual Assistance and Emergency Extradition Treaty, IPC security forces are authorized to subject dangerous fugitives to preventative detention to ensure segmentum stability and fulfill treaty obligations.
It appears explaining myself is entirely pointless now.
You have selected the most unwise course of action. Violent obstruction of the law. Warning. Disarm immediately. Non-compliance will prevent us from guaranteeing your right to life.
That's the stuff. Clashing with the local authorities every 3 stops of the way. How familiar.
Unable to assess. Requesting lighthouse support. Requesting lighthouse support. Support.
Lighthouse, copy. Request received.
People always say that the will of heaven can't be overturned. Observe the heavens with my divinations! Extra plus, an explosive start!
Lighthouse, execute the arrest directive immediately.
Zip it, tin can. You're making my brain hurt.
Huh? What's going on? Why is he taking down his own people?
All right, stand down. Not here to cause trouble. Here, this is a special access pass. Its clearance is a few grades higher than that outdated arrest warrant of yours. I'm taking them with me. Objections?
Clearance confirmed.
Hilarious. Clearance confirmed. One word of objection out of you, I'll be pounding you into scrap and shipping you back to security in a box. Right, you lot. Write your own incident report. Make it airtight and keep my name out of it, hear me? Well, don't just stand there. Do you really want to waste eternity dealing with these by-the-book blockheads? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lighthouse, Astropolis' honorary security officer. I am the light that pierces the darkness, the shield that guards against danger, the one who leaves no place to hide for the scoundrels that threaten IPC assets and the safety of Astropolis' citizens. I am the bane of evil. See that gleaming statue? They built it for me after I single-handedly stopped an out-of-control airship from crashing into Paradise Island 3 years ago, saving well over 100 IPC executives and more than 1,000 foreign dignitaries from our partner worlds.
Cool.
So, you're basically Astropolis' resident superhero?
Superhero? I'm no different from the influencers swarming this city. I can't hold a candle to the nameless of the Astral Express. At the end of the day, I'm just a corporate grunt running errands for the bigwigs. Someone sent me to bail you out. As guests of the Strategic Investment Department, you all have free reign in Astropolis. reception of that Palovian young master over there.
The IPC is riddled with internal factions. It seems someone is trying to assert their presence.
Spot on! I got 2 calls at the same time. One asked me to ensure unrestricted access for the Strategic Investment Department's guests. And the other asked me to apprehend the high-risk wanted felon. I thought to myself, isn't this just picking on the little guy? We're supposed to fish the sugar out of their instant coffee, too? But hey, that's just how corporate life is.
So, tell me, big hero, exactly which 2 heavyweights are duking it out up there?
On IPC turf, some questions are better left unasked. Because the real question isn't who done it, but rather, who wants you to know? And I obviously haven't received the directive to tell you.
To think my past mistakes would catch up with me right here, right now. You two, I'm very sorry. Imposing my presence here will only burden you. So be it. No need to worry, Mr. Lighthouse. I will leave Astropolis. Immediately.
Where could you go at a time like this?
I'll return to the Express and warp to low orbit above Plain Arcadia. There I can use the Express as a comms relay. We need first-hand intel from there. Take care, you two. I'll do my part. And you do your best, too.
Phew! Finally got His Highness out of my hair. My performance review is safe. I'll call that a win.
Honestly, I never want to set foot in this dump ever again.
It's truly my greatest honor that you Nameless are so willing to cooperate. By the way, I hear you're heading to the Lodestar Tower. Please, allow me to escort you the rest of the way. I guarantee no one else will come looking for trouble.
Escort. Or surveil.
In Astropolis, surveillance is a public service. Me, I'm just the optional companion package with a more personal touch.
Piercing the clouds.
That's right. That's the Lodestar Tower. The central headquarters of Astropolis and the main office complex for all the different divisions.
Ah, seems this isn't your first time in Astropolis, my lady. From afar, it might look like a prickly needle, but it actually houses a staggering number of IPC employees, along with their dreams and entire lives. Look all the way up to the top of the tower. See? That floating island is called Cloud Peak. It's home to the richest, most powerful big shots in the IPC.
Looking at it now, it doesn't resemble a needle so much as a strand in a spider's web of power. And to climb that strand, you'll need more than strength. You'll need skin thick enough to stop a bullet, and The willingness to put your soul up as collateral. That's what it takes to meet your KPIs.
Yet, countless people still rack their brains and do whatever it takes to claw their way up this strand, hoping to reach the top and live like gods alongside those medium giants. 5 years ago, when I first came to Astropolis, I wondered one day my statue would stand atop Cloud Peak. It ended up in the plaza, over there, under the most glaring signpost. Cloud Peak. Daily reminder to everyone passing by. Look, it's the superhero lighthouse. This is as far as he got. Speaking of which, after defeating an Iron Tomb, did the IPC give you guys, some kind of special bonus? My bad. I was projecting my own situation on you. You guys are heavy hitters. Go toe-to-toe with the heads of the Strategic Investment Department. How would folks who can trade blows with a Lord Ravager sweat the small stuff?
Do you have a lot of that small stuff to sweat over, Mr. Lighthouse?
My typical to-do list looks more like this. Track down some big shots, runaway nosewalker, then stop 2 departments' private security forces from shooting each other while somehow managing not to step on anyone's toes.
You're quite the down-to-earth hero.
Down to earth? Yeah. If I so much as brush against some big shot's favorite painting or antique vase while on a mission, I'm stuck writing a 3,000-word incident.
Your superhero career sounds a little, miserable.
That's life. Misery is the main flavor, with just a dash of sweet every once in a while. Alright, now that we've taken in the view, we should all be feeling less uptight, more relaxed. Let's head over to the Lodestar Tower. This is my first time getting up close and personal with the nameless of the Astral Express. What an honor!
Wanna know this poster?
That's a promo poster for the Cosmic Big Lotto. What? Wanna buy a ticket? I get it. Everyone dreams of striking it rich overnight.
No, I mean the person on the poster.
Beatrice Melanie. Apparently, this insanely lucky girl hit the grand prize 3 times in a row. Who knows? I heard the IPC tore their pipelines apart looking for a glitch. Found nothing, and had no choice but to honor the payout. They even signed Beatrice as the spokesperson for the Interastral Big Lotto. Man, if only I had that kind of luck.
Shuttle ST-969 will depart soon. Passengers headed for Paradise Island. Please prepare for boarding.
Hi there. Tickets to the Lodestar Tower.
Mr. Lighthouse, are you heading up too? Are you on another important mission?
Just a routine patrol. Escorting these friends here while I'm at it. Duty calls.
I knew it! With you around, Lodestar Tower's in good hands. Here are your tickets! And Thank you again for what you did on that sightseeing boat, for saving my child.
Don't sweat it. I was just doing my job. All right, we've got the tickets. Let's move.
Why are you here?
I was looking into it, and apparently, back where We Imagine originated, there's an actual Fate-Kind Protection Act to safeguard our rights. Must be nice. Just because we light paws are fast doesn't mean they can keep dumping all these super urgent takeout orders on us.
When I make manager, I'm definitely submitting an Imagine Protection Accord to the board.
Here, let's go, guys. All right, everyone, grab a spot and hold on tight. This little hover saucer is gonna coast along the tow track for a bit before taking us into the Lodestar Tower. Skylight's open. Nice view, eh?
Even the most spectacular views get old when you have to stare at them every single day.
looks like a needle from the outside. But once you're inside, it's actually massive.
You're looking at least 100,000 people buzzing in and out of here on any given day.
Let's rock! Bring down the house!
All's revealed in the fight.
Good idea. I've been sick of these flopping monitors for ages. Don't sweat it. They can't touch you. At most, they'll just angrily bill the damages to the Strategic Investment Department. Listen up, you! Eyeball freaks! I've got a special transit pass right here. Code 54266. I don't care if you can understand me, but here's a free piece of advice. Don't mess with these guests from the Astro Express. Alright, my mission ends here. What was it you guys were planning to do next?
Madam Jade said she set up an office for us.
Then just go say hi to the receptionist and drop Madam Jade's name. Assuming none of the bigwigs decide to trip you up again, of course. Good luck out there. I've got a patrol to get back to.
See ya, Mr. Lighthouse.
For malfunction reports, please proceed to Zone D. For visitor pre-registration, please submit the online form and expect a processing time of at least 3 business days. For lost items, please contact security at extension 114.
Hi there. We're guests of Madam Jade from the Strategic Investment Department. She said an office was reserved for us.
Understood. 1 moment, please. Guests of Madam Jade... Ah, here it is. Zone G892, temporary office. Access code... According to the system, access to that office was temporarily locked by the Marketing Development Department for emergency debugging just moments ago. Lifting the lock requires authorization from a department head or higher. I'm afraid coordinating this might take some time.
Why am I not surprised in the slightest?
That's the IPC for you. A textbook example of petty office politics.
But this is just ridiculous! A petty turf war over an office is going to indirectly destroy the future of an entire world!
Looks like we'll just have to ask Jade to assign us another.
We're out of time. We went through a lot to get here, and I'm not letting them stop us now. Let's try this instead. Employee ID IPC MDD GL3 1545. Name Beatrice Melanine. Affiliated with the Marketing Development Department, Cosmic Big Lotto Division, Level 3 Project Consultant. My access permissions should still be dormant. I'd like to activate them.
Beatrice... Melanine? Oh, wait, are you the Big Lotto girl?
That's goddess to you, the Lotto goddess. Listen up, rookie. Citing Article 7 of the Emergency Internal Resource Allocation Regulations, during periods of cross-departmental collaboration, employees of Level 3 or higher from the originating department may apply to elevate their temporary venue coordination priority to the maximum. Now, type it in and give it another try.
Clause verified. Temporary system authorization granted. Force unlocking access to Office B703. Please wait. All set. Here is your temporary access pass, valid for 24 system hours. Welcome back, Miss Melanine?
24 system hours! Whew, more than enough. What are you all standing around for? Let's go.
What just happened? Are you really Beatrice Melanine? No way!
It's just one of the many gigs I've worked. Hardly worth mentioning.
But...
I know you have a lot of questions, but the hallway isn't exactly the best place to chat, is it? This way! B703, right? Back at my old stomping grounds. I know this place like the back of my hand.
This elevator's taking forever! How many floors does this place even have?
Lodestar Tower tops out at 6,622 floors. literally just a sad little storage closet.
Is that all?
Finally, a place to catch our breath. So, you two, should we kick things off with a pre-battle briefing? Or would you rather get those burning questions off your chests?
Before we begin, I have a question. From the day we met, your identity has changed constantly. President of Robobocom, an employee at Perlux, a deadline-dodging comic artist. And now, you're the IPC's lotto goddess? So, Miss Nihilux, who are you, really?
Before I answer that, I need to ask you two one thing. You're willing to trust me, right?
Well, you seem like a good person, I guess. But if you don't give us some straight answers, he and I are gonna have a hard time trusting someone who's always keeping secrets.
The nice guy card. March. That's the highest praise I've ever received. It's fine. A trusting heart is magic. Since you're willing to trust me, I'll stop hiding things from you. I do juggle quite a few identities, and I'll admit, I don't exactly look like the most reliable person. But every single version of me is 100% genuine. I'm just glad these identities have allowed me to help my friends out when they're in a pinch. Little Raccoon, there's something I need to get off my chest. I think it's time I told you.
Boss! Evil boss. Mr. Sunday tipped us off that there's some explosive news to cover, so we came without a moment's delay.
Explosive news?
Sunday and I have an idea on how to get an audience with Arita.
Uh-huh. So, you want to blow the plain Arcadia Husk crisis wide open, using public outcry to corner the pro-weaponization faction! Even in my wildest dreams, I never imagined For Bobo Weekly would one day expand into interstellar reporting! So what are we waiting for? Let's drop this bombshell in every reader in Astropolis right now!
This is the exclusive of all exclusives! The bombshell of all bombshells!
Beep boop! Are we really gonna publish something like, IPC higher-ups want to turn a planet into a weapon?
What if Furbos gets stuffed into a courier box tomorrow and tossed into a black hole?
Listen up, little dummies! If we don't hurry and get this massive scoop out, our newsroom in Plain Arcadia is gonna get eaten by monsters and dumped into a black hole anyway. Remember the journalism principles I taught you? Don't write the news like some bone-dry fact-finding report. The headline has to be sensational and intimately connected to our readers' everyday lives.
Shocking! Secret meeting of IPC execs. Save the planet or turn it into the ultimate weapon. Like this?
Exactly. But the point isn't to expose the conspiracy. It's to shove the danger right in our readers' faces. They need to know that after Plain Arcadia falls, the world they live in will face the exact same threat.
Subtitle: Exclusive Insider Report. Astral Express tells all. A greater shadow looms over Astropolis. I got it! We can also add a poll question to the article like, do you support in-campus rescue or weapon modification? Maximum interactivity!
Nice. Aside from our little Furbo's over-the-top clickbaity articles, we'll also need you to step in front of the camera for a few shots to boost the story's credibility. We'll aim to infect every social and news platform in Astropolis in record time with this news, just like the anti-organic equation did.
Leave it to us Furbos for the freedom of press and to keep our home from turning into a giant firecracker.
The news is out! The Furbos blew their entire marketing budget buying up prime ad space and sponsored trends across all platforms. Now, all we have to do is wait for it to gain traction.
We only have 3 system hours left. If we fail to make it before then...
All right, my friends, let's not stare anxiously at the clock. This is the home of interastral peace entertainment, after all. 1 system hour is more than enough for a message to burn from a tiny spark into a raging wildfire.
Given the endless roadblocks we've faced so far, I'm having a hard time relaxing. Do you think the IPC's PR risk department will immediately take action and silence us? Miss March, please don't say another word, because I think you just jinxed us! Huh? That fast? Beep boop!
What? Giving into despair already? Did you forget? Astropolis is home to more than just IPC employees, and not every employee is a puppet dancing on the IPC strings. Algorithms and push notifications are crucial, sure, but when everybody's safety and the safety of the entire universe is at stake, it's not just the algorithms alone that determine how the news spreads. At the end of the day, the ultimate medium through which information spreads is still people. Terrified whispers, burning curiosity, the desire for the truth. These will all run rampant in break rooms, cafeterias, and on commuter trains, all through the oldest and most effective method there is, word of mouth. The IPC can bury trending searches and throttle notifications, but they can't wipe every private message. Nor can they stop people from wondering what if in the back of their minds. All we have to do is make sure this first spark is bright and true. And the little furbos have already nailed that part.
So, what do we do next?
That is a question the IPC itself must answer. The fire has been lit. Putting it out is their problem. I guess the most dignified and foolproof approach would be to come straight to the source of the information and propose a partnership. See? What did I tell you?
Esteemed trailblazers, this March 7th. Hello there, it's me, your old pal, Al. The higher-ups have seen the bombshell news you just dropped. Well, they're taking it seriously, of course. Extremely seriously. They've decided to set up a special last-minute interview session just for you at the Panorama Hall inside Lodestar Tower. They want to hear all about the situation in Plain Arcadia firsthand, along with your demands. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. IPC higher-ups and business reps from other star systems will all be there. You get to speak directly to the most influential audience around. Yours truly is also all set to conduct an exclusive interview with you afterwards. You will, Joe, right?
Leaving already?
No time to waste. I need to move, now.
Good luck.
Panorama Hall should be around here somewhere. So many screens.
Welcome, Trailblazer. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Yannick, assistant to the International Peace Corporation's Board of Directors and one of the hosts of the Pan-Cosmic Trade Summit. The news you posted on your personal media account has caused a massive uproar across all of Astropolis. I've been commissioned by the board to arrange a special discussion panel. I'd like to invite you to speak your mind without reserve. A few IPC executives, along with trade ambassadors who traveled here from other star systems. Every single one of them, sir. I represent their collective will.
I have to speak to all these people at once?
There's no need to be nervous. Most of them are only here to listen.
Everyone's closely following developments in Plain Arcadia and the Veracity Husk. Your testimony will help them understand, and it will factor into any potential re-evaluation of the board's position. If you are ready, please, follow me to the central platform.
Please try to capture people's attention and make the most of it.
Today's meeting agenda is...
lowering the IPC consumption tax rate for the Tycheans. But does Plain Arcadia
Everyone please quiet down. A messenger from Plain Arcadia, nameless of the Astral Express, is here. At present, aside from Zazad and Diamond, who are absent due to scheduling conflicts and other unforeseen circumstances, the heads of all 7 IPC departments have remotely connected to the Pan-Cosmic Trade Summit venue. According to the pre-meeting briefing, our agenda today is an inquiry and statement of position regarding the Plain Arcadia Husk crisis.
Don't panic. Seize this chance to get your demands across to these IPC executives. I am sure you have all seen the news regarding the situation. I swear on the honor of the Astral Express that everything I say is the truth. I am here to deliver a plea on behalf of everyone still fighting in Plain Arcadia. I seek to invoke the power of the Preservation to encanvas Plain Arcadia once more, buying us more time against the Husk's breakthrough. I hope the executives holding voting rights will consider the future of Plain Arcadia, as well as the worlds of all the envoys present here today.
This is
Let's start with this. The husk has been sealed within Plain Arcadia for over a millennium. Why did it suddenly spiral out of control?
The Phantasmoon Games held in Plain Arcadia are in fact a ceremony designed by the Eon of Elation to suppress the Husk. Unfortunately, despite our best efforts to stop him, Lord Ravager Asat Pramad managed to disrupt the ceremony.
I understand you're anxious, but I think you're being alarmist. You're telling me that in 12 hours, the constellation Star Zone, where Plain Arcadia is located, will be wiped out? Do you have any proof to back up your claim?
I am not an expert on Leviathans. My conclusion is based on the calculations of Madame Pearl from the Strategic Investment Department. As the administrator of Plain Arcadia, her conclusion should be reliable.
Unfortunately, neither of you are experts. Let me be clear. The Veracity has been dead for a very, very long time. By your own account, Plain Arcadia is nothing more than one fragment of its corpse. The Technology Department's assessment has concluded that the IPC's cutting-edge technology is more than capable of controlling the activities of these eonic remains. Perhaps even turning them into our most powerful weapon. As for the people there, they're collateral damage. You can't do business without taking any loss.
Mr. Taravan, what are you saying? If you adopt the Technology Department's proposal, wouldn't you be abandoning Madame Pearl, along with all the survivors? Isn't Plain Arcadia part of the IPC's trade network? What happened to the spirit of preservation the IPC preaches? You've just told every trade ambassador in this room that the IPC's protections and treaties are worthless the moment disaster strikes. Esteemed ambassadors, I ask you, when the next disaster descends upon your worlds, can you trust this person standing before you to help?
Don't bother with the theatrics. Of course they don't trust me. Or should they? They're here for business. They're here to sell their manpower, resources, and technology. They're here to trade their planet's blood for sky-high amounts of money. Every world that joins the trade network bears its own risks. The swarm, the anti-organic equation, the Borising. Sure, the IPC provides some support to its allies, but the IPC isn't your spoon-feeding, diaper-changing nanny.
What is Mr. Taravan saying?
That's quite enough, Tarafan. You've made it all the way to Board Director, yet you seem to have more professional discretion back when you were hauling materials for the Building Material Logistics Department. Feeling amused? Oh, you lot are pathetic. Weaponizing the husk is the most effective, technologically sound solution to the crisis right now, bar none. Representative of the Astral Express, you should be well aware that the Strategic Investment Department's proposal has one fatal flaw. And canvassing Plain Arcadia merely hits the pause button on the crisis. It doesn't end it. When the seal completely fails, not even shattering all 10 cornerstones would buy the 10 Stonehearts a single second of breathing room. How do the Strategic Investment Department and the Express plan to respond when that happens?
Alternative plan or no, I have to ask. Is there really zero risk in turning an Eon's fragments into a weapon?
Risk? Of course there's a risk, but it comes down to probability. You don't expect me to explain the technical details right here, do you?
Yes, it comes down to probability. You may think that a chance buried several decimal places deep is effectively zero. But have you ever faced an enemy that can truly manipulate probability? I have. Lord Ravager Asat Pramod. He can make guaranteed hits miss their mark and turn a 1 in a million disaster into an absolute certainty. You think the risks are under control, but against him, or another higher being like him, it's nothing but an ignorant delusion. You certainly can turn a blind eye to the odds and hit that weaponized button. But when that probability turns around and devours you, will you be ready for it?
Fair enough. I've heard all I need to know regarding the Plain Arcadia issue. I support the in-canvas plan, and that's that.
Goodness.
Too bad Zazad and Diamond didn't show up. That was exhilarating.
I'm guessing they already knew how this discussion was going to end.
Congratulations on getting your wish, Mr. Trailblazer. The discussion was quite lengthy. Let's take a break.
We actually convinced Mr. Arita? I thought it'd take a lot more work.
I understand. In certain moments, a matter of life and death can carry the exact same weight as a speck of dust. Until the dust settles, people are bound to feel a lingering sense of unease. But the truth is, you've been fighting for the right cause, and you've succeeded in moving it forward. Hey, remember your old friend, Albert? He's been following the summit from start to finish. Perhaps during the break, you could head over to the Keeping Up with Star Rail studio and update the audience on the results of the discussion.
True. I promised Albert I'd record a segment after the summit.
The court of public opinion is a battlefield, and seizing the initiative is crucial. Keeping Up with Star Rail reaches an audience far beyond Astropolis. It broadcasts to the entire cosmos. It's a prime opportunity to make your voice heard and leverage media influence to pressure the IPC's decision-making process. This ring platform we're now standing on branches out in 3 directions, leading to different functional zones within the Lodestar Tower. The Keeping Up with Star Rail studio is right over there. If you'd like to head over, simply operate this rotary dial and the path will open right up for you.
Careful about the optics because of Pearl, from what I heard.
Before I head out, I should tell Mark and the others the good news. Better not keep them worrying. Finally. I can take a breather. Next up, Albert's interview. Better not keep him waiting. Seems like there's nobody around.
Are you the Trailblazer? Hi! Looks like the summit talks have wrapped up. Here for the Keeping Up with Star Rail interview? Oh, right. The host should be here soon. Tell you what, why don't you take a seat in the studio before the interview starts? See that control panel over there? Just give it a press, and the studio will automatically rise up.
This must be the Keeping Up with Star Rail studio, right? Just how many show studios?
Oh, it's great to meet you, Trailblazer. I'll be filling in as the host for this episode of Keep Up with Star Rail. You can call me Little Albert.
Albert isn't coming?
Well, since you broke that massive scoop, he's got a ton of big shots to interview. Tight schedule, heavy workload. You understand that, right? Right? And, why don't we go ahead and start recording? He, nameless of the Astral Express, the hero who saved Amphoros.
Huh?
And now, for the crisis-ridden plain Arcadia. He braved Astropolis, delivering an impassioned speech at a star-studded Pan-Cosmic Trade Summit. How will his voice influence the direction of this summit? What destiny awaits plain Arcadia? Dear audience, please welcome today's guest on Keep Up with Star Rail! First question. Just what kind of impact did the Veracity's husk make on plain Arcadia? I heard the Strategic Investment Department did massive reconstruction work there. Does that mean all their investments went right down the drain? You make a great point. Whatever's going on over there, at least one thing's clear. Retirement-related investments have definitely gone down the drain. Why do you ask? Well, an apocalypse obviously tanks everyone's life expectancy, so healthcare brands have absolutely no future.
Seriously? What are you doing? You need to take this seriously.
In my hosting experience, a whole show without a single laugh is a complete train wreck.
We're talking about the existential crisis of an entire world. This isn't keeping up with Star Rail's style at all. Would Albert really hand over the hosting gig to a bird like you? Tell me, who sent you?
Miss Nihilux! Good news! He just sent us a message. Old Mr. Arita has been won over. He's going to vote for Canvas.
Isn't this all a little too easy?
Was that a bad thing? Oh, come on, don't be like me. I really don't want to play the Jinx anymore.
All right then, March. Congratulations! Furbos!
You scared this Furbo half to death. Evil boss, don't just start screaming!
My little Dumbos! Get online right now and pull the search volume for the keywords Summit, Astral Express, and Plain Arcadia.
Huh? Well, what for?
In my experience working at the IPC, you can never be too careful. They invited Little Raccoon to present his case at the summit. Even if they don't publicly announce the voting results, they can't stop curious outsiders from driving up the search volume for related info.
Beep boop! These keywords are showing absolutely zero search fluctuations! The search volume is so low, it's sad.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Right, let me check the scheduled meetings for today. Look at this! Today's reservation record for the Panorama Hall says, closed all day for internal equipment maintenance.
What do you mean, closed all day? Isn't he supposed to have an interview there? Ah, I see.
You've got some nerve, Oswaldo, to pull such cheap stunts before a magician.
Magic?
Yeah, an elaborate high-budget display of commercial magic. Its goal isn't to solve the problem, but to buy time. Using a highly convincing executive debate to stall our protagonist, tricking him into thinking hope is just around the corner so he'll quiet down and wait for the outcome.
Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! I was starting to think this little performance would drag on boringly until the end of the world.
Aw, you old creep. You knew?
Watching smart people walk step by step into a huge glaring trap is way more fun than pure destruction. So, how much time do you have left to write a slightly less embarrassing ending for this farce? An hour? Or only the relentless countdown to detonation?
I need to message him right away. Miss Nyalux, where are you going? I'm coming with you.
No, March, you stay put. The marketing development department might be keeping a close eye on anyone going in or out of this room right now. I'm not part of the express crew, so I won't draw as much attention. Besides, I've got Beatrice Melanine's ID card here, so slipping in and out will be easier for me. Huh. Right. Mr. Assad Pramod, since you enjoy being a spectator so much, why don't you step onto the stage yourself? See firsthand how this farce you indirectly started goes completely off the rails.
You don't look so good all of a sudden. Are you tired?
You all teamed up to play me like a fool.
Uh-oh! Mission's a bust! I've gotta stall him for as long as I can. Or I'll end up like Mr. Albert! I'm sorry. I'll tell you everything. I'm just a lowly grunt in the marketing development department. They promised me a promotion and a raise if I could keep you here. Actually, neither of us is going anywhere. They locked down the entire studio and the corridor leading to the Panorama Hall. The doors won't open for anyone until the scheduled time.
Fine. They went through all the trouble to set this up. I might as well grace the stage and crash the show.
Don't come any closer. I don't want you to see me like this. I'm so sorry. I knew they were just using me to gauge your trust, but how stupid is that go? I'm a spineless chicken.
They locked the doors. Do you know another way out of here?
Truly knows the way. There's an express lane for clocking out right in the corner of the studio. Found it. I'll give it 2 passcodes. Punch them in, follow the path, and you'll be able to bypass the lockdown and cover up behind the panorama hall. Hurry up and go. Don't worry about me. I can break out of this cage on my own.
Take care of yourself. Gravity seems to shift around this circle. I wonder what'll happen if I What are you doing here?
I'll grant you access to all the doors locked. Let's meet up in the next room.
How did you do that? Look. Doesn't matter. The hall from earlier?
Calling protagonist! Calling protagonist!
Miss Nile. The IPC security is a joke. A cheap but effective trick. What is this place?
Holy eons! Who the heck let him out? Were we supposed to stall him for at least one system hour? What happened to the door locks?
Let me check the access logs. The locks were overwritten. Who did this?
That'd be me. I did it. Someone gifted me a tiny data slice. Said it'd take care of a lot of headaches. Stellaron Hunter Tech. Pretty impressive, huh?
Are you a Stellaron hunter?
Oh, no. I'm your colleague, Beatrice Melanine. Haven't you heard of me?
Melanine? Isn't that name from almost 50 years ago?
Enough chit-chat! Call security, now!
Are we going up against a nameless? Aren't they partners with the Strategic Investment Department?
Quit yapping! You have one job. Follow orders and open fire!
That's a wrap for your show. Now it's my turn to take the stage.
Hold your horses, protagonist. It's not your time to shine just yet. These small fries. Let someone with a big appetite gobble them up.
What the heck was that?
Hello. Please support the IPC. All for the Amber Lord.
Of my way! Get lost!
Slack off once in a while. It's good for your health. Alright, that takes care of that. As satisfying as it was fighting our way through them, the problem we're trying to solve still remains. You know, those fakes in the meeting were a bunch of nobodies with zero actual pull. Oswaldo, the mastermind behind this whole farce, is still hiding comfortably behind the scenes with no intention of showing his face. We can't let him or any of those other high and mighty executives keep stalling us endlessly.
Got any bright ideas, Miss Nihilux?
I notice you've been holding on to a pretty dangerous trophy. Forgive me for taking the liberty, but I brought it along.
Oh, what do you need me to do? Slaughter them all? Or bankrupt them?
Oh, just look at this! The severed head of a Lord Ravager. And it still talks. I guarantee you, shoving this in their faces will shock them through and through. More than some distant husk breaking its seal ever will.
I like this idea.
The executives all logged off early, huh? With them out of the way, the mission's basically complete. What happens next depends on how long the fake host can keep him distracted.
Now, off the record, don't you folks think I'd be a pretty convincing Taravan, too? When it comes to being a gourmand, I could give the real Mr. Taravan a run for his money.
All right, zip it. If word of this gets out, you'll be packing your bags by tomorrow morning.
But Mr. Yannick promised us whatever is said during this summit won't reach a single ear outside the Panorama Hall.
Oh, yeah? Are they really that confident?
Yannick? You sneaky little Bart turd! Point every single camera at me right now! I know you have the clearance. I want my face broadcasted to every single screen in Astropolis!
Mister, please, don't get so worked up.
I tried to present my case calmly and peacefully, but all I got in return was mockery and humiliation. If the news of Clean Arcadia's impending destruction is too far removed from your daily lives to pique your interest, then how about this? The severed head of a Lord Ravager. Every time it rolls, it brings incalculable variables and trials to an entire world. Care to test your luck? Will disaster befall you? Or you? Or every single one of you?
Oh, I've heard. The crew of the Astral Express are all honorable, righteous, nameless. You wouldn't do such a thing. Would you? Even if you do resort to violence, Astropolis has its own superhero. I've already signaled Lighthouse. He'll be here to save us any second now.
Pathetic. It seems you neither comprehend the power of a Lord Ravager, nor know how to treat a true hero with the dignity they deserve.
A true hero doesn't hold a bomb and threaten to blow the entire place sky high.
It's a real shame. This time I've received a top priority directive. Eliminate the threat to the venue at all costs. I know I'm no match for you, but this is my duty. And the sole reason I wear this power armor. I have to maintain the peace in Astropolis, because I am the honorary security officer, Lighthouse! Peace? Since when has Astropolis ever known peace? I once heard a rather amusing joke. The preservation is nothing but a facade. Kapoth fell from grace ages ago, and the IPC is actually a faction of the veracity. But seeing it for myself today, it turns out it wasn't such a joke after all. There is a Leviathan of veracity slumbering right beneath Astropolis, too.
What kind of nonsense is that thing spouting?
Okay, it's okay. Don't panic. It is impossible for a Lord Ravager to breach Astropolis. Do it, Lighthouse! Take them all down!
Lighthouse units!
These people have truly pushed me to my limit. My warnings are falling on deaf ears.
Stars, favor us. An explosive start.
All monster, mine to command!
All for the thrill. Take down.
Get there!
Your moment. All eyes are on you!
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
Wipe them out. Let me teach you some moves. Next round. Give me this round.
Are you ready to face the risks?
That will do.
Huh?
Mr. Arita wishes to speak with you two.
What an absolutely spectacular show, Yannick.
Mr. Kenneth?
Trailblazer Madam Nilux. Or perhaps I should call you Madam Beatrice Melanine. I am here to welcome you both with the utmost respect. Please follow me to the elevator. We are heading to the Sky Call area. That is Mr. Arita's private residence. It is secure and quiet. It is there that he will decide the future of Plain Arcadia. I completely understand your anger and distrust. Were our positions reversed, my reaction would likely be far more explosive. Everyone involved in the charade will face the severest of punishments, I assure you. Please allow me to solemnly clarify. I swear upon the Amber Lord, the upcoming meeting has no prearranged script. Father is already aware of the commotion here, and wishes to meet with you both.
So we really did have to tear down the stage and blow the roof off just to get the boss's attention.
Lead the way, Mr. Butler.
Please follow me.
All's revealed in the...
Bring down the house! Where are we?
The entrance to the Cloud Peak Sky Call area. Nice view, isn't it? From up here, all of Astropolis is laid bare, stripped of its secrets. Not many are privileged enough to enjoy such a view. In the entire IPC, only 7 individuals hold this honor.
Make that 9. I'm here too, even if I am just riding your coattails.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The guest or the main course? Most people don't know which category they fall into until the moment they reach the table. If you would both step onto the platform, should you experience a touch of vertigo, please don't be alarmed.
Did I just get sucked into the sky?
We have arrived. Father, I have brought them.
Let them approach. You are dismissed. Children need not be present for what comes next.
Ooh, isn't going to be R-rated. Too bad we're on a tight schedule. There's less than a system hour left before you cast that crucial vote. Clock is a ticking, Mr. Orita.
You really should invest in a better watch, Ms. Melanine. We have time to spare. We all know Louis Fleming only needs 60 seconds to make a decision.
You're not Louis Fleming, though. Everyone also knows that even the chairman can't change a decision made by Ol Orita.
Indeed. The younger generation seems to think the Ahatopia case requires no further discussion. I, however, have my reservations. I find both of the current proposals lacking. Oswaldo is capable and ambitious, but he remains a child. His ideas are naive. Diamond. His mind is far more mature than his appearance suggests. But being overly calculating can sometimes be a detriment. My duty is to select a successor for the IPC. Their credentials are simply too shallow to claim my vote. And so, Trailblazer, I am in need of a third option.
A third option?
I've been observing you ever since you set foot in Astropolis. Hustling and making your voice heard. You're just like Louis Fleming during the founding years. Now, I will give you 60 seconds. Tell me your story. If it proves compelling enough, you might just win my support. This way, I won't be forced into a binary choice. And you get exactly what you want. A win-win, as they say.
I don't care about the IPC's twisted logic. I need your vote. Listen closely. I'm not here to tell stories. Stories are just word games, and they won't stop the imminent threat of the veracity breathing down our necks. If you think canvassing is just stalling for time, and weaponization bears too much risk, then I'll give you your third option.
The first signs of the war among the Eons are beginning to show. I believe this is why the IPC has been positioning itself here for years. I saw the Phantom Moon at its fullest, I became even more certain. This ceremony to commune with the Eon, whether genuine or not, could be the turning point that determines the destiny of the cosmos. But what's important is that you make your own decisions, such as whether you'll take part in these grand games, and if so, how.
Return to whence you came. As a supplicant, I shall restart the Phantom Moon Games. I'll gather our wish power, seek an audience with Aha, and use the Elation's authority to suppress the husk, just as it was done countless Amber eras ago. If people could do it then, we can do it now. But for any of this to work, plain Arcadia has to survive.
And what makes you think the ever-fickle Aha will simply grant your wish?
Right back at you. What makes you so certain Aha won't take my side?
Fair enough. I don't make a habit of dealing with eons, so I suppose I have no say in the matter. Then again, I'm not the one making the decision here. Lewis Fleming is. 60 seconds are up. Chairman, the decision is yours.
How many Amber eras has it been? My old friend, have you returned? Regardless of the identity you wear now, as long as the party concerned approves of this young one's proposition, the IPC will lend its full support. So tell me, what are your thoughts?
Do you really need to ask? When have I ever opposed any of Akivilli's ideas? The answer is approved. The writing is on the wall. It's quite obvious whose side I'm taking.
In that case, as always, I wish you both the best of luck. Maria.
Yes, sir. By the sacred authority bestowed upon us by the Amber Lord, the Traditional Project Department has reached a decision. We cast our vote for the Astral Express, and canvas Plain Arcadia and restart the Phantom Moon Games. Thus, it is settled. The will of preservation shall be made manifest. Ahatopia will be preserved.
Citizens, he has carried out the petition, as promised. Now, I shall guide the power of preservation.
I will do all I can to paint and recreate the miracle.
As for me, I can't believe I'm working with the IPC. Whatever.
No. Perhaps we don't need to head to the tavern after all. The series of tremors have now subsided.
The tentacles surging from the fissures have vanished too.
am delighted to deliver the good news. The reenactment of the World and Campus ritual was a success. Flame Arcadia has survived its most critical hour.
Everyone, the Astral Express. The outer of Autopia's crystal wall. The train will serve as a relay station, bridging communication between Flame Arcadia and Astropolis. Sending greetings from him, along with your objective for the next phase. Make your preparations. The final Moon Games.
As you wished, the Amber Lord has protected Autopia. I'm sure you two have private matters to discuss, so I won't intrude. But before I take my leave, the IPC has one final request. Please leave that die to us. The Lord Ravager's head is far too dangerous. It needs to be properly contained.
Let's do as he says. This old gentleman is trustworthy. Besides, I'm guessing you must have a mountain of questions right now. And having a third wheel around when we clear up all that confusion would totally kill the vibe.
Mr. Trailblazer is gone. Will everything he claimed actually come to pass?
He will do it. He has to.
Oh, why is the air in this room suddenly thick with conspiracy? Could it be that someone struck a little side deal under the table?
Times change. The IPC may no longer be the support team of old, but we won't abide the slander of a pawn of destruction. Your accusations at Lodestar Tower certainly piqued some interest. And from none other than the subject of those rumors herself. The Leviathan of Astropolis you spoke of. She's here.
What do you intend to do with the die, Miss Yabale?
Can't you guess what I want? Hand it over to Lighthouse and send it to the Life Sciences Institute. I'll take the scalpel to it myself. Dissect this head stuffed full of conspiracy theories. And devour the knowledge of Ouroboros. Every last crumb of it.
Finally a breather from this monumental crisis. I can now rest. I'd love to say that, but you're not going to let me off the hook, are you? Relax. For the moment, at least. We have plenty of time. Enough to find a nice, quiet corner, sit down, and talk things through. But before that, you just pulled off something massive. I'm sure you have countless messages from people waiting to congratulate you. You should probably answer your phone first.
Ms. Nihilux, it all comes back to you. Again. Where'd she go? Darn it! I slipped up. Did she make a run for it?
Hello! On behalf of my client, Madame Nihilux, I am here to deliver an invitation for tonight. Now playing the audio message.
Hi, little raccoon. I'm really sorry. Every time I try to bring up my true identity with you, some unexpected little hiccup gets in the way. Maybe this is just my lot in life. Watching you happily catch up on your messages, I figured I shouldn't interrupt your victory lap. But the questions burning in your mind deserve a proper, earnest answer. So, I made a reservation at the Upside Down restaurant. The view is nice, and the desserts aren't half bad. Some stories are best told slowly, over clinking glasses, once the dust has finally settled. I'll be waiting there, ready to tell you everything, holding absolutely nothing back. Make sure to be there on time.
Sheesh. You need to leave me hanging.
Gotta find a way to turn these.
Scatter!
Trailblazer! Yeah!
Unlimited firepower!
Trouble ahead. What? It's my fault? People always observe the heavens with my divinations. Shadow, don't thank me.
I knew you'd come.
So, what did you have to say?
I didn't mean to keep this from you. But the comic artist thing is just a cover. When it comes to my true identity... You can call me... Aha. To you, my dear audience, I dedicate this performance. I wonder, did it bring a little more elation into your lives? If it didn't... Shh. That's exactly how it should be. Because the grandest act of the play is only just beginning. It's a past I can barely stand to look back on. A wrong turn I took when I was young and foolish. Those days entangled with the gods. A swirling blur of peach pink and blood red. Looking back on it now, it was an absolute nightmare. But now, for the sake of the entire universe, and for you, I am willing to take off my mask. I am the master of Fantasia, the one who mourns, the murderer of all certainty, and the false sovereign of all theatrics. The first fool and the original actor. Dear audience, the stars are silent, but I declare, let there be laughter!